they were talking about if we could get Birkins for the Hermès store. And there was also saying how we depreciate the value of a Hermès Birkin bag. And what the it just makes you want to be like, it just makes you want to brag like, you know who the you're talking to? But no, I'm not even gonna take it there.
Luxury bags carefully handcrafted in China. The viral TikToks from Chinese factory workers, the internet is now in a frenzy over claims that some of the most iconic designer bags are actually born in the East.
Got a lot of requests, do Hermès next. And that's why we're here in the Highland Park Mall.
Made in China. Or maybe made in Chile. Oh yeah, that should be a thing, by the way.
Luxury as we know it may be over. And Cardi B just lit the fuse. In a world where a $20,000 handbag isn't just fashion, it's a symbol of power and prestige. One viral TikTok peeled back the polished veneer and exposed a truth the industry never wanted us to see. What we believed were handcrafted French icons may actually be mass-produced goods, manufactured behind closed doors in overseas factories. And when Cardi B chimed in, blunt, real, and unfiltered, everything changed. No press tour, no campaign, just one raw comment that cut deeper than any exposé. What happens when the icons who sell the dream demand to see the receipts? Because if those receipts prove this scandal is real, then the entire luxury empire could be on the verge of collapse. This isn't just drama, it's a $380 billion illusion unraveling thread by thread. It didn't come from CNN or Vogue. It came from a worker with a phone and a TikTok account. The video? Calm, quiet, shocking. A Chinese factory worker filmed bags that looked exactly like Hermès, Gucci, and Chanel, only they weren't in Europe. They were being stitched in the same facility as knockoffs.
Hermes will charge you 38,000 USD for one bag. That's because more than 90% of the price is paid for its logo. But if you do not care about the logo, you just want the same quality, same material.
Labels, boxed for international shipping, made in France labels, just stickers. More videos followed, more factory workers, more proof. TikTok turned into an open source investigation, with users zooming in on stitching, hardware, tags. For millions of viewers, it was like watching the curtain fall on Oz. The magic, manufactured, the illusion, cracked wide open. Enter Cardi B, never one to hold back. After seeing the footage, she didn't post a rant. She didn't go on a talk show. She dropped a comment that set the internet ablaze. Hermès should just show how they make their bags. If everything legit, then it ain't no problem showing the factory. Right? Just like that, she became the voice of the people. Some clapped, some criticized. Didn't you just flex Birkins last week? Critics asked. But Cardi didn't flinch. She doubled down. Transparency matters. And that hit hard. Cardi isn't a stranger to the game. She owns dozens of Hermès bags. So when she asks questions, it's not a publicity stunt. It's a reckoning.
So Hermès has put out a response to China, and they have like a video in a factory sort of showing people trying to show that they're actually the ones who are making the bags in a factory somewhere in France.
She put the finishing touches on a Kelly, the most difficult bag to build. It starts with 30 distinct cuts of leather and can take 20 hours to complete, 4 hours for just the handle. There are no manuals or cheat sheets. Artisans rely on their training and muscle memory to make every bag.
Some of their bags sell for over $500,000. But in 2024, that empire showed cracks. The market shrank by 2%. And in luxury, a 2% drop is a red alert. Why? China, once the heart of luxury buying, now turning away. Gen Z shoppers want authenticity, not mythology. They're choosing local brands with transparency, not foreign brands selling secrecy. And Cardi's voice added fuel to the fire. Suddenly, the conversation isn't just about bags. It's about trust, identity, and where your money really goes. Hermès isn't alone. One factory owner laid it bare. 80% of Gucci, 60% of Prada. Made here. Same factories, same hands, same tools, footage surfaced, luxury-grade leather, stitched hardware, side-by-side comparisons of real and replica Birkins, and no one could tell the difference. The only thing setting them apart? A price tag and a fantasy. A viral comment summed it up. So we're paying $25,000 for a story? Because if the bags look the same, feel the same, and are made the same, what are we really buying? Then came the bombshell. Tanner Leatherstein.
I have spent over $100,000 of my own money dissecting luxury bags, cutting them open, analyzing every stitch, every layer. Why? Because I had to know what made those bags so expensive.
Cutting open designer bags, live on camera, and showing the world what's really inside. He exposed Chanel for swapping real gold for plastic-coated metals. He tore apart Louis Vuitton and revealed stitching so cheap it wouldn't last a year. And when he turned his scalpel on Hermès, what he found shocked everyone. The supposed $38,000 Birkin cost $600 to make, and that included high-quality leather and hardware. No gold, no precious gems, just good marketing. He dissected dozens of bags. His verdict? Most were expensive disappointments dressed in branding. And that branding was hiding one very uncomfortable truth. You're not paying for craftsmanship. You're paying for illusion. Now, here's the kicker. Hermès said nothing. No video proof, no statements, no "here's our workshop" PR push. Just silence. And that silence? It spoke volumes. Influencers started pulling posts. Fashion insiders whispered. Even longtime loyalists began to ask, if they have nothing to hide, why not show us? Creators kept exposing. The questions kept spreading. And the silence became a symbol of guilt. In an industry built on perception, silence can kill faster than scandal. Hermès doesn't just sell leather, they sell legacy. Every Birkin is marketed as handmade by elite artisans in a hidden French atelier. But what if that image is just marketing? The leaks suggest otherwise. Global factories, scaled production, and price tags fueled by hype, not craftsmanship. Many feel duped, some feel scammed. They call it the luxury lie. Because the real scandal isn't that luxury is expensive, it's that it's built on fiction.
Birkin, am I right?
Yeah. I couldn't even be mad at her because when I asked her, I was like,
need to post it.
I wanted to see she was like something to chew. I was like, Coach, did you chew on mommy's purse?
Her voice echoed louder than any journalist's. She didn't just ask questions. She made it cool to ask. She gave people permission to doubt, to speak up, to demand proof, and that's something brands can't control. For years, luxury fashion counted on silence from celebrities. Now, Cardi flipped the script. She didn't just challenge Hermès, she challenged the system. Let's not downplay it. This might be the moment the luxury fashion world feared the most. What we're witnessing isn't just another PR crisis. It's the slow unraveling of an entire industry's illusion. And the unraveling is happening faster than any marketing department can contain. This isn't a trend, it's a shift, a deep cultural shift. When Cardi B speaks, the ripple is instant. She's not just famous, she's a megaphone for a generation that's tired of being sold fairy tales wrapped in $20,000 price tags. Her words struck a nerve because they echoed what people have been thinking but were too intimidated to say. What are we really paying for when we buy into luxury? Is it artistry or is it just fantasy? Here's the hard truth. The pillars of prestige, exclusivity, craftsmanship, heritage are now being redefined in real time. Gen Z doesn't blindly worship brand names, they question them. They investigate, they want brands that are transparent, accountable, and authentic. The moment one factory video hit TikTok, it did more damage to Hermès' image than a dozen exposés ever could. This isn't just about one bag, it's about an entire ecosystem of illusion, one that can no longer hide behind gold-embossed receipts and marble showroom floors. The next era of luxury won't be about scarcity, it'll be about sincerity. Because the days of using mystique as a marketing tool are numbered. So, what comes next? A correction, a reckoning, possibly even a collapse of the old guard. For Hermès and its luxury peers, survival now depends on adaptation. The question is whether they'll evolve or vanish into the past with the rest of the myths they sold. Because the truth is out. The veil has lifted. The new generation isn't dazzled by brand legacy. They're demanding brand honesty. And once that curtain comes down, it never goes back up the same way again. Cardi B didn't whisper into the void. She roared. Her message was clear. If it's real, prove it. That line ripped through the industry like lightning. Because if the same $25,000 Birkin is made alongside a $250 knockoff, then what exactly are we paying for? This isn't just a fashion scandal, it's a cultural wake-up call. Luxury, once draped in mystique, is now under the harsh light of reality. And the final thread? It just snapped. Court cases, confessions, TikToks that won't stop. The facade is falling apart stitch by stitch. And while Hermès might try to sew its image back together, the magic is already gone. Welcome to the new era, where transparency is the trend, where customers ask questions, and where luxury finally has to answer. Sound off in the comments. Are you still buying the dream? Or has the illusion finally broken? Subscribe for more stories that reveal what's really behind the curtain of power, prestige, and price. Because the new luxury isn't just about what you wear, it's about what they're hiding.